Hello, 8th grade. Today I want to show you guys how to determine an equation of a line using only 2 points on the line. So right here is kind of the main example we're going to use. And we're going to keep coming back to this right here. And what this is it shows us a line with 2 points on it. And I know we've determined the equation of a line before using point-slope form, finding the slope and finding the y-intercept there. So in a slope-intercept form, we find the y-intercept, we find the slope, and we go from there. But if you look here, we can't quite tell what the y-intercept is, which is going to make our lives a little bit harder. But that's okay, because we have plenty of tools in our belt. So the first thing we want to do, I'm going to go ahead and list out the steps real quick. We are going to we're going to find the slope. And then we're going to write our equation in point-slope form. So write equation in point-slope form. So we've done slope-intercept form before. This time we're doing point-slope form. So point-slope form lets us use a point and the slope to write a line. So what we're going to do, again, is first find the slope. Our points are 2, 4. And 5, 2. And if we remember our slope formula, that should be that we subtract the y's. I'll let this be 0.1 and this be 0.2. So it would be the second y, which is 2, minus the first y, 4, divided by the second x, 5, minus the first x, 2. And that should be my equation for slope. I do this, 2 minus 4 is negative 2, 5 minus 2 is 3, and my slope is negative 2 over 3. And I'll use the letter m to say slope, because slope starts with an m or something. So what we have to do next is we write our equation in point-slope form. So we have our slope is negative 2 over 3, and our point is going to be 2, 4. And now we have to wonder what point-slope form is. And I'm going to go ahead and write what this turns into. It's going to be y minus 4 equals negative 2/3 x minus 2, and that has to be in parentheses. And I know this looks really weird. So what ended up happening, if we look, is that my negative 2/3 went right here, my 4 went right there, and my 2 went over here. So what we end up getting, what the technical way to write point-slope form is y minus y1 equals m x minus x1. And just like that, we have point-slope form. So looking at this, my y1 here was 4, so my 4 went where it belongs. And my x1 here was 2, and it went where it belongs. And if you notice, both of these are minuses, so make sure you subtract the point and we'll be good to go. Just as a general note, if we have a y-intercept for our point, that means that x1 equals 0, so we end up getting exactly back to slope-intercept form if we use a y-intercept. So let's say my point was on the line here, 0, 4. If I plug in 0, 4 here, I would get y minus 4 equals m x minus 0. Let's say it has a slope of 1, so then m is 1. What would end up happening is that I have y minus 4 equals x, which is y equals x plus 4, and that's exactly what it would be in slope-intercept form. But because we're doing point-slope form, we're going to write it slightly differently, which is going to be in the method that I wrote in red. So that's the most important one right there, is going to be our point-slope form, which is, to me, the most convenient. So this is going to be one of those things that you're going to want to try to memorize eventually. I'll put a sign up about it in the classroom just so we can get some visual contact with it. But at the end of the day, that's what point-slope form is, and that's what we want to try to find. So let's do this again with another set of 2 points. And this time we're going to use 3, 5, and 4, 9. So if we remember, my first step is going to be to find the slope. So let's make this point 1 and this point 2. So y2 minus y1 is going to be 9 minus 5. x2 minus x1 is going to be 4 minus 3. And that's going to equal 4, which is going to be my slope value. My second step is just to plug it into my point slope formula, which is going to be y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. So looking here, what we're going to do is substitute y1, which, sorry that moved, it's going to be 5, so that gives me y minus 5 equals m, and we found that 4 is m, so we can plug that in, times x minus x1. x1 is 3 there, so x minus 3. And just like that, we're done. We have found the equation of our line. And this can work with any line you like, given any 2 points, and we are good to go. So pretty much all we have to do here is a little bit more practice. I know this is a fairly short video. I'm really hoping this is not too difficult a concept for you. Just please make sure that you remember what our point slope formula is. Make sure you have that very large print and you read over it a couple times before class. And other than that, also make sure that we are using the 2 steps to doing that, which is first find slope, and second plug into our point slope formula. And we should be golden. I'll see you guys in class.